our station, our talent, and our people.
Our station, our talent, our people.
Tidang Rugby.
Goeiemiddag almal hier by die Special Edition Show saam met Stigo Vibe en ek is hier saam met baie spesiale gaste in die ateljee. Welcome everybody to the Special Edition Show. I'm here with some very special guests today in the studio and they came all the way from a very far place. Hulle is hierdie koue tyd through the coldness they came just to be here on Radio Easterfield, the leading internet radio station. En ek gaan nog baie praat en I'm gonna let them introduce themselves and give us an introduction to who they are personally and what are they here today to do and talk about us today. So next to me, can you just please introduce yourself to the listeners, to everybody tuned in here on Facebook, and then we also have people tuned in on TikTok.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting us. Thanks for hosting us. My name is Antje Klaus-Vorreiter. I'm the CEO of Green Solar Academy, which is a professional training center for PV installers. PV means photovoltaics or solar power systems. So we have been working in the country for more than 10 years. Our focus is professional trainings, short courses for installers. Our courses are accredited from SAPVIA, the PV Industry Association, but also from QCTO. But this is, our core business, but our motto is training for just energy transition. And it would not be a just transition if we would only train the professionals, the guys who are able to afford our courses.
True.
And therefore, we partnered with Life Choices, which actually Life Choices is offering our trainings, the Green, so they do the Green Solar Academy course. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anta.
Yeah.
I pronounced it right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Let's move on to my G right there. Can you just give us an introduction to the listeners, please?
Okay, goeiedag. So my name is Quentin Bonnet. I'm from Westlake, 27. So I'm actually one of the youths that went through the program.
Nice.
We actually just graduated about 3 weeks ago. Very fun, obviously upskilled in solar, not only theoretically but practically as well.
Okay.
During the course as well, we got a lot of mentoring. We got a lot of sort of emotional courses as well, sort of upskilling in terms of mentoring and mentally just preparing you for the work program, work readiness as well. So yeah.
That's vital stuff there. So that's very nice to have you here. So you're one of the, obviously of the 40 graduates, I call it.
Yeah.
That's very nice. That's very nice. So then I have my beautiful sister over there. So you can just introduce yourself to the listeners here of Radio Yesterday, please.
Thank you for having us today. My name is Anthea Stefan, and I am a young woman in South Africa who is very passionate about sustainability, who is very passionate about renewable energy and clean energy and technologies that are emerging in this industry. And I am so grateful for Life Choices and Green Solar for partnering and also upskilling us and giving us the skills so that we can be ready for the jobs and also to create and make a difference in our communities.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yes, solar is still one of the future things. It's still something that will be very important going forward. So it's very great to hear that there's some youngsters who's diving into the important things and the big things. And then talking about the big things, the CEO is right next to me, right here. So Ansa, talk to me, being the CEO of the academy, right?
Yeah.
Over 10 years, you guys have been operating. Is that correct?
Yes.
So how is the journey been from the 10 years and up till now? Say from a perspective of getting the solar things happening, getting context, getting reaching out and getting resources to keep going.
Yeah. As you might hear, and from the name and the accent, I'm German. And I started, and we started, when we came to South Africa in 2011, solar was still something very new. So we came together with a company from Germany, Max Solar Academy.
Yes.
So we brought the training, and they had actually the idea to go into the country. They saw the potential, but they did not. They also saw that there's almost no market.
Okay.
And then so the logical thing is to start with training. And we started, we had in the first years, we had like 2 to 4 trainings a year.
Okay.
But then, thanks to ESCOM, so the industry started to boom, and so step by step, so we grew, and it's very nice. So when I started to work in solar in Germany, solar were on the peak. When I started to work in solar in South Africa, it was at the beginning. So if I go now to Enlit, to the conference which is taking place right now, everybody knows me. So in every company you have minimum one of our alumni, and that's very great.
Interesting journey, interesting. Being a CEO, I can imagine is a lot of challenges you have to face to, especially coming from another country. In bringing your expertise, in bringing your to come guide and come also help the youth side, so the guys can get some training and get that knowledge they need. One question, since you're from Germany, how do we say the leading internet radio station in German?
The what?
The leading internet radio station in German, please.
Oh my goodness! It was.
How can I get? Oh, radio is.
Where's the name of the leading internet?
Onze station, like our station.
Onze station is I cannot.
Not.
Say
was lang last geweest? When last were you back then in Germany? When last?
So do you want to know which is the lead?
Yes. I want to hear the translation.
Internet station. I don't know if you have something. I mean, we are Germans. We are old school, so we
okay.
Do
Give me any phrase. Give me any phrase you can give me in German. I would like to hear it, please.
German.
Can you translate it to me?
Das beste Internetradio in Südafrika.
Likes that. I like that so much. That sounds top quality. Thank you so much for that answer. She's all the way from Germany. She's bringing a different vibe. She's bringing solar to the guys and giving them some training. So there's over 40 young people in Cape Town have completed this high quality training. So it's only 40 people. So my G Quentin was one of the guys. Yes. So how did you get involved with how did you find out about the solar, how did you get involved?
Okay, so before I actually applied for the Life Choices position, I was doing my N5 in electrical engineering. Went on to N6. One of my friends actually contacted me. I applied for a different solar company and I didn't get accepted there. And he told me, give Life Choices a try. But he said they have a very rigorous boot camp interview process.
Yes,
so I was very hesitant.
Yes.
But I went into it open-minded, and then I got accepted. And it's
nice. That's interesting. So your friend introduced you. You was already doing your electrical.
Yes.
And from there, you saw the opportunity to move into solar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. And Intia, right? How did you get involved? How did you get involved with Life Choices?
I saw a post on Facebook and I was like, oh my God, this is what I've always wanted. I didn't know how I was going to maneuver through this industry. I didn't know where to apply. I didn't know what education I need.
Yes.
But I saw a post on Facebook and I applied and I was accepted.
Nice. It sounds like a good it's like not easy access, but something you can easily get access to. It's not like it's so restricted for youngsters to get a hold of. So that sounds very nice. So before we go on a small ad break and a music break, I just want Answer to tell us how can, since they say they got access, how can the other youngsters, people who would like to get access to this training, when will the next training happen since this one just concluded?
Okay, that's it's a pilot. It's a first project. So we now, with the second cohort, we will have one more cohort starting beginning of next year. And actually, if we can have more cohorts also in other parts of the country, depends on the companies, because they have to take the interns.
Okay. Thank you so much for that information, Anja. If I have it correctly, I'm trying to
100%.
I must try to put a German twist to it, but I'm getting there. So guys, we're going to go on a small music break and then we'll be back with more information.
Radio is River. Radio is the field. Radio is River. Radio is River. Radio is River. Radio is the field. Radio is River. Radio is River.
Welcome back to the special edition show. Saam met Stigo Vibe en ek is hier saam met very special guest in the studio. En soos julle kan sien, we just made a short switch up. We got the main man himself. He's back here in studio. Also, he's accommodated with one of the guys themselves. But they're going to introduce themselves to the listeners here on Radio Easterfie. Thank you for tuning in. All the listeners on TikTok, on Facebook Live. You can catch us also. If you want to send like a message or a voice note on WhatsApp and talk to us and leave a comment or ask any questions, you can go on 064 53 0836-9095. And I'm here with the Green Solar Academy, also in Life Choices. They in partnership, and they got some guys here who's been busy with the solar training system. And without any further ado, I'm gonna let the guys introduce themselves to the listeners of Radio Eastervie. He goes by the name of Unati, but he's gonna introduce himself and let us know how is he involved with Life Choices in the Green Solar Academy. Unati, how are you this morning? How are you doing this afternoon? Sorry.
I'm good, and you, sir?
Hi, man, I'm good, man. Thank you for tuning in. You can just say hi to the listeners on Radio Eastervie.
Okay. Good afternoon, guys. My name is Unati Mbali. I'm a technical assistant trainer in Green Solar Academy, which is in partner with Life Choices. So my job there, it is to help the students to shape their future, and also to teach them how to install, commission, design, and also maintain their systems, which is in the installation systems.
Nice one. Okay, so not you're a busy guy, huh? You're a busy man.
Yeah, I'm a
nice
busy guy.
one. Now we must get our hands dirty. We must get in them and get things done. Then we have Vuyo himself. He's gonna give him some information and introduce himself to us. Hi Vuyo, how you doing?
Stigo, good afternoon, man. My name is Vuyo Ntlangu. I come from Life Choices here in Cape Town, also known as Green Solar Academy, Cape Town. And I just want to say good afternoon as well to the listeners of Radio Eastervie, one of our best radio stations in the province.
Thank you, boss. We appreciate that, man. We're doing our best to do what you have to do, and we are privileged to have people like you coming through and sharing with us the information that we need to know what's happening, especially when we have our young guys training who's a part of this. We need to get these guys going, man. These guys have a bright future up ahead, and that's why we have Ansa right next to me, right here, who makes sure things is running and things are happening. So Ansa, you guys have been training, so 40 how can I call it, 40 not students, can I call it students or trainees has been going through the
I think both
system.
would work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give the listeners more information regarding the issue that is currently happening, or that you guys want to address in the academy. Sorry. So the main question is, or the main issue, or the main topic is, so over 40 young people in Cape Town have completed high quality solar training, PV training, but now they need a chance to prove themselves with the workplace experience. So these guys have been training. As mentioned before, 20 is ready to work.
Yeah.
And the other 20 just graduated and they're still in training phase, but they're also ready to keep going. So how can we get these guys moving? How can we get companies on board to hire them, or how does it work? How does it go from? What do we do from here?
Yeah. Do you want to start, or should I start?
Yeah, let me just start, and
you,
then Ansha can come in to tie the loose ends there. So basically, Stigo, our training is a 12 months training.
Okay.
Broken down into two phases. The first phase is a 2 months training, which happens on site at Life Choices / at Green Solar Academy, Cape Town. The 2 months training is a blended learning. It is very practical, it is very technical, at the same time it is very hands-on. So whilst they are doing their 2 months training on site, we not only focus on the technical side of the training, but we've also incorporated the work essential skills, communication skills, leadership skills, project management, conflict resolution. We do that intentionally because ultimately we want to produce into the industry a well-rounded cohort of young people who are ready to take up opportunities within the sector, the renewable energy sector, but precisely within the solar industry. So once they complete the 2 months training on site with us, we then assist them to find internship opportunities. The internship period is for a minimum of 10 months.
Okay.
And once they complete the 10 months period, then we support them to transition or to convert their internships into employment. Because remember, We are doing all of this ultimately to solve for two challenges. One challenge is the challenge of the skills gap within the renewable energy sector that has been identified by the government, but also by other entities. But also the other challenge that we want to solve for is the challenge of youth unemployment. As you know, South Africa has one of the highest rates of youth unemployment globally.
Yes.
So this project is an initiative in partnership with Green Solar Academy and Life Choices to solve for those two challenges. As Ansha has mentioned earlier on, we have done our pilot, which was a very big success, and it gave us confidence to proceed with this training of this model or approach. We are happy to say out of all the students we trained in cohort 1, all of them secured internships. And now we have just finished cohort 2, and we're in the phase of looking for partners to work with to host the students for internships. Currently, we work with partners who are primarily based in the Western Cape, but also some partners are based in Gauteng. We are open to partnerships across the country.
Nice.
Our government, the South African government, is very committed to just energy transition. And hence we are making these efforts to produce talent for the sector, for the entire country. So we are open to partnering with other companies elsewhere in the country as well. The partners we work with range from SMEs, that is small and medium enterprises, but also what we call in the sector EPCs. And these are very big solar companies that focus on construction, very big projects, commercial scale, utility scale. So we are open to partnerships along those lines. What the young people need, Stigo and the listeners of Radio East Refere, is an opportunity. That is all they need, an opportunity. So if you can find partners who are willing to partner with us to give young people of South Africa an opportunity to thrive, an opportunity to change their lives for the better, whilst also supporting the efforts of our government for the just energy transition, that will be a win for all parties concerned.
Thank you so much there, Vuyo, for coming in. Sorry, Ansa, sorry, before you come in and you give up more information and you just make things a bit more clear to us, I just want to go through here on the Facebook and I see some comment coming through. It says, great show, guys. And Ansa, just tell us a bit more what Vuyo just mentioned to us and just spoke to us about today. Just give us a more and tie the loose ends and give us more information, please.
I just wanted to add, so I think one could hear it from Vuyo that this is not only a project for us, that's like a thing which is coming from our hearts. So we really want to help the youth. And Life Choices and us, we work together in professional training, short courses. So we do that now for about 5 years, I would say. Yep. It started in COVID, 5 years. And so from the first day, because the background of Life Choices is training of the youth and enabling the youth. So from the first day, we were thinking about how can we do that? How can we bring our professional training to the youth? And we looked for partners, we looked for funding, and usually all the other youth programs I know are like, it's limited amount of money. It's 5 days trainings, 10 days trainings, only focused on solar. And then they that's not what the industry needs. And we had a lot of stakeholder engagements with the industry, with our alumni to understand what kind of intern or what kind of young employee they need. And then we developed the project, we developed actually the training program, and then Life Choices looked for funding. So they secured funding from overseas, and this is how we are able to train the youngsters, because to train them, training costs money.
Yeah.
Yes.
So so this is how we are able to do it. And so now we trained the youngsters, the industry asked us to train, and still the industry is afraid of taking interns on board. Even so, they come with the stipend.
Yes.
And I really would like to ask whoever is listening and whoever is working in the PVE industry, we have 21, well, some of them already have internships, but we have a group of young ambitious people, well trained according the Green Solar Academy standards, and they now need a chance. They need 10 months internship, and not only to swipe the warehouse, so to really work and learn, because the internship is part of the learning process.
Yes.
And so we want them to find that internship and to find employment afterwards.
Thank you so much, Anja, for making things clear, and thank you so much, Vuya, for diving in there and making things a bit clear to us listening here on Radio East River to understand what is happening and why you guys are doing what you guys are doing. And it is great to keep the youths active, not just be employed, but actually where you develop their mindsets, their skills. Because like you said earlier, we need leaders also. We need leaders. We don't just need people to work in workers. We need guys to step in and take, when we are not there or the other guys not there, to can step in and keep things moving forward. So thank you so much for the way you guys have been handling things. So I'm just going to read something small that we have received. So the Solar Youth Academy is a joint initiative between the Green Solar Academy and Life Choices, offering both technical and personal development training. The training works, but what we can't do alone is place these youth in internships or jobs. So that's what's basically what we just spoke about. Yes. We need these guys to take the next steps and move forward, which is getting to those jobs. They're being trained by professionals. They have the skills, they have the passion, they're ready to take, even they're going to take your company to the next level, because that's what they did. They're there to serve you and to keep things moving. So make sure you get in contact with the Green Solar Academy and Life Choices, but we will give you some more information later where you can reach out to these guys. I just want to ask a small young question to the CEO right next to me, and the question would be, why are they afraid to get these interns? Why wouldn't they employ these guys? So what is what will the issue be? What is on your mind? What do you think?
I think there are different things.
It's
it's also a question. It is a question of reliability, and it's also a question of the use. It's not only the fault of the company. So I think they made just bad experience. So that they had interns, they trained them, and then they run away. But sorry, that's life.
Yes.
So if you train them, if you want to keep them in the company, so you have to offer them something. So you have to help them to grow. If they go away, so like it also in our company, so people left the company. That's life. So I'm very happy that I had that people with me, that I could help them to grow, and they could even find another job which fits more to their ideas. And this is, so we have to stop, or the companies or other CEOs and HR persons. So I think we have to stop to think about only on our company. So we have to think about the industry as a whole.
True.
So when we train them, and when they leave us, and then maybe one day we meet them again in a CEO board meeting, and then they are there. Isn't that, inspiring?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
That is very nice, for the guys to see them moving forward and to see them step into what they really want to do. Yeah.
And a lot of them stay. Yesterday was the 5th anniversary of Sakani staying with us in the company. She is our sales and community manager.
Awesome.
And she also started not as an intern, but like a facilitator for the training. And now she's heading the sales team. So isn't that gorgeous?
That's amazing stuff. Yes, you have to be. If you come in, you have to be patient, and you have to just work with the team and be a team member sometimes, and everything will fall into place. Especially when you work with training in academy type of development type of companies where it's not always about there's not always money available for payment and for things to do, but it's about the vision, about where your heart stands and what you're trying to accomplish. So there's some great stuff coming through there. I see my guy Nati there is waiting. He's like, hey, what's going on, guys? He's always ready. Nati, talk to me, man. So how is the journey been, man? How is it changed your mind? How has it changed you as a young guy? How is this academy in Life Choices? If they inspire you to be a better person?
Also, I was also part of a program in Life Choices Academy, which was Leaders Quest. It helped me to grow communication skills and also to better myself, to be a better person, and also
Nice.
to represent my community.
Come
And
on.
also I started, I was in Falls Bay College, also I did electrical engineering.
Sweet, sweet.
So
sweet.
life choices helped me to get to Green Solar Academy to learn more about future. So I want to pass on that skill that I have to other people,
Nice,
other
man.
youth.
Thank you, Nati. Thank you, Nati. So you're the guy who like to get other guys also involved in so that there is actually a way out, man. There is a way out. Don't worry, we got it.
Yes.
Nice stuff, nice stuff. So what is your plans going forward? I know you're also not looking for a job to go into, but what other things do you have for yourself that you would like to achieve while you're busy chasing your goals?
Okay, I also want to get into the industry first, and also after that, I want to also be a facilitator and be like the lead trainer also.
Nice stuff, nice stuff. There's definitely gonna be something great's gonna happen.
Definitely.
You will invite us in 5 years again when he
Yes.
is the lead trainer.
yes, definitely. Great stuff there. You see, so it's gonna cost you some hard work, some sleepless nights maybe, but it's gonna work out some great stuff. So I can see there's something inside you. You can see you there with energy and passion. You know, not a lot of guys always speaks with that type of energy. So it's good to see some of the guys is coming through and they trying to make a difference, not just for them but for the other guys also outside there. So before we have a few minutes actually left before we close down. But before we close down, we're gonna just speak a bit more to Vuyo right there. So Vuyo, how did you get involved? Where did you come from? Talk to us,
Definitely
please.
a good question.
Very, very, very good question, Stigo. So it's been a journey, quite a journey, because by way of background, I come from a different background entirely. I come from a public policy and a legal background.
Okay.
At some point during my career, I was a police officer
Nice.
in the crime prevention unit of South African Police Service. And I wanted to challenge myself.
Yes.
I wanted to challenge myself because I became conscious that nations globally are exploring renewable sources of energy as a sustainable but also as a durable solution to the biggest challenges facing the nations, being energy security, very importantly, but also the challenge of energy justice. True. So I said it's about time that I don't lag behind. Let me join the transition that the nation is forging. And an opportunity came up. I dived in to challenge myself to learn. Of course, I had to learn from the ground, given that there was no background in electrical or anything related to that. Once I joined Green Solar Academy Cape Town / Life Choices, then I enrolled for the green short courses.
Okay.
And that is where I then learned more about this space, this sector. And the more I learned about it, the more it became interesting. And since then, I've been married to it.
Come on.
Yeah, I've been married to it. And I'm happy now that I was part of the team that actually championed the Solar Youth Academy, Solar Youth Project here in the Western Cape, working alongside Anshe, working alongside Ryan Hill, working alongside Mignon Harty as well. And
Not to forget McDonald.
And not to forget McDonald. I can't forget him.
Yes,
our trainer, our lead trainer for this program that is targeting young people. So since then, man, I've fallen in love, and I don't see myself divorcing this partner of mine, the solar space.
Come on. True love story, that one. True love story. Okay, so you drop down the gun to focus on the sun.
Drop the gun.
To focus on the sun.
So that could be a nice
Focusing
slogan for
on
a
the
t-shirt.
sun.
Yes.
Focusing on the sun.
You know the story. Yeah, we have to focus on the natural, because that's where we have longevity. You see, there's longevity in there, and that's great that you have come from that space, from coming from that space to transition. It takes somebody with a strong mindset and strong heart to go into that.
And Stigo, this story is testament to the fact that
Yes, sir.
anyone can do it, irrespective of the background.
Even
Anyone
policemen.
can do it.
Even
Policemen can do
Yes,
it.
yes.
They
I think they
can
need
do
some
it.
sun, man. They must come go do some solar.
And one of the things that Green Solar Academy stands out for is the courses, the quality of the courses. So whatever background you have, the quality of the courses will enable you ultimately to get to where you need to get to.
And I think it's also that we cater for the different backgrounds. So we have like the one-on-one course. We even have an online course. So some people so they did not get in the youth program, so they cannot afford the professional courses. But we have an e-learning program for 500 rand, basics of PV, so you can do it at your own pace, and then you can so we have really courses for everybody on all the different levels.
That's very nice. That's very nice. Guys, you can hear that. There's ways you can tap into this. You can tap into. Don't be behind, man. You hear my guy Vuyo say, nah, I'm done. I see something big happening. So Vuyo opened his eyes and he got conscious and he knows what he's doing. So guys, we're gonna ask just Vuyo to tell us where they can actually reach out. Maybe some listeners, they're listening. We got Tyrese Irons here on Facebook. He's saying, please, can you share some successful stories or case studies? Thank you for tuning in, Tyrese. He's just tuning in. He's just excited to be through.
Yeah.
He's seeing some summons happening, some people in the building. He don't know what's going on. But Vuyo, just tell us a bit more around that, please.
Success story, we've got quite a lot, but I will single out one. Cohort 1 pilot phase, we trained 23 young people here in Cape Town. 2 out of the 23, we placed them with a particular company, a partner of ours, and 2 months into internship. So they were on month 2 of their 10 months internship. The company approached us and said, listen, we're very happy with the quality, very happy with the candidates. We like the technical skill, but also we like the professional skills they've gotten from the training. And we are ready at this stage to offer them full-time employment.
Nice.
2 months into the internship, offered full-time employment. And those 2 students of ours, or our alumni now, are currently working for that company as construction managers. They are the only construction managers for that company here in the Western Cape province. And recently we're in conversations with the company that is hosting them. The company seemingly has got big plans for them. And we're very happy also to learn that the company had created space for our alumni to train its staff. Our alumni, young people, below the age of 35. Training staff members they found in a company on how to install, mount, commission and maintain PV systems according to the standards of the industry.
Great stuff.
The industry standards come from SAVIA, South African Photovoltaic Industry Association, and Anshe currently sits there as a board member. So our training, it speaks to the fact that the training is of very good quality, very, very good quality. Because for quite a long time, Stigo and listeners of Radio East Reveal, the solar training or the solar sector was not regulated for quite some time.
Yes.
And we had people in the past who became self-taught installers. And we've seen all sorts of stories.
Yes. I almost tried something.
Some teach themselves through UQ, but if you really want to know how to install, mount, and all of it, Green Solar Academy is the way to go.
Thank you so much. You can come in definitely.
I can add something.
Definitely.
Just that he kind of enclosed that I'm so in the board of SAVIA. So our courses are also certified as the so-called 5-day PV installer course from SAVIA. So the course is important when you want to become a SAVIA certified PV green card installer. So as Vuyo said, so we don't have like an official government regulated profession or quality system. So and so SAVIA already started to implement the PV Green Card program 2017. And so we are one of the providers to offer the 5-day course, but also to do the competency test for PV installers, which is, I mean, if you not want to become an intern, if you are not a company, but if you want a solar system for your house, make sure that the company is SAPVIA accredited and can issue a PV Green Card for your system. So an as-built report for your system. So then you are sure that the system is installed up to standards, and you have a document in case something went wrong. Even a perfect installed system, especially in Cape Town, can fly away.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
And if you have a proper documentation, so then it will also a no-brainer with the insurance company.
Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. Thank you for all that critical information there, guys. Free information, you know, you must get make sure you get your documents, you check the documents of the people you're working with, especially in the solar. There's a lot of people who be acting, they can now do the solar here and there. Just stick it by Green Solar Academy, they will give you proper information. And also, I see my guy Tyrese, he's saying thank you so much to Vuyo for giving that success story right there. Tyrese, make sure you send your family through, your friends, share the light, share the life, introduce them to Green Solar Academy. Tell them that there's some people who's doing some great things, and there's opportunity for you guys also to be a part of it. You can just tune in there on Facebook Live, on the Facebook as well. If you go into Green Solar Academy, you will get them right there. Ansa, before we close down, just give us where can the listeners and the people listening and tuning in, where can they reach out? How can they reach out if they want to be involved into the academy?
Yeah, so I mean, if you go on our website, solar-training.org, so you see our WhatsApp number, and that's usually a no-brainer to contact us on WhatsApp. So if you don't, so you also can call us, so you also can send us an email, but so usually people contact us on WhatsApp, and then they will contact Sakani and her team, and she will help you to find the right course for you, the right training for you. So that's, yeah.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. And Vuyo, where are you guys? Which side are you guys situated? Just a question I've been in my mind, man. Where can the people who get in? Is it just online, or can they, if they want to come in, where do they go?
We are based in Lansdowne.
Okay.
Not far from Claremont, not far from Kenilworth Center. That's where people usually go for shopping.
Nice.
We're just on the other side of Kenilworth Center, 314 Imam Heron Road in Lansdowne. People can just walk in. We've got a campus there where we do the solar training, both for professionals but also for young people. Any day of the week, from Monday until Friday. Office hours 8 until 5. You can just walk in, and we'll give you more information about these wonderful opportunities we have. I do want Stigo to extend our appreciation to the TVET colleges that we work with in the province. Your False Bay College, your Northlink, your College of Cape Town, but also Boland College, where these young people come from. We've worked well together over the past few years, but also want to extend our appreciation to Yes for Youth, who gives our young people stipend, taking into account the socioeconomic backgrounds and the realities of our communities. So the stipends go a long way in ensuring that young people get to bring themselves to the campus for the skills and sustain themselves during the process of the training. But also we extend our appreciation to the solar companies that currently host our interns, and we're very happy of the partnership that we have, and we're open to further collaborations and partnerships across the country in this regard. Yeah, but also Radio East River, thanks to you too for the opportunity, and the listeners, very importantly, for creating a space for us to have this conversation with you and talk about these opportunities for young people. Oftentimes, opportunities like these, they don't reach out to the people that they are intended for. And Radio East River is a vehicle or a channel through which these opportunities are brought to our communities.
Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it so much. And then we have my brother on the far side. Just talk to us before we end the show. You can just tell us any other young guys who maybe they're in your kasi or wherever the guys are who wants to come up, who's interested, but they don't know how to get interested. Maybe they say, if you don't want to do solo, what's my friends gonna say? Why must I do these things? What is that? Some guys their mindset is not open, and their mindset is still closed. So you're a guy whose mindset is a bit more open. You go into bigger things. You have a drive for something bigger. What word of encouragement can you give some of the other younger guys who you know they have skills? Everybody has the skills actually. You just need to learn and develop. What can you give? What word can you give to them?
What I can say is that solar is the future. Solar is the way. We are just turning to just energy transition. And here in South Africa, we're going green. So this is a great opportunity for the young guys, the young females, young males in our country to grab.
Nice one. Don't have to steal electricity. I almost said you can get solar. Great stuff. So yeah, guys, you just heard it right there. So we're gonna close down. We're gonna play some music while we close down. Thank you for allemaal ingetuned. Thank you for everybody who tuned in and took the time to be here, especially for the amazing team right next to me, for Ansa, and for Vuyo, and for Unati, for coming through. We have Quentin on the outside. We also have Entia on the outside. Thank you guys for coming through, taking your time to be here by Radio Eastriver. We really appreciate you guys, and we hope this is not the first time or the last time that you guys will be here, and then know there will be still much amazing things happening throughout the years and throughout the month and throughout as time goes. Just be sure to reach out and keep us up to date with what's happening. I'm sure some youths also coming this side around here would like to have more information. How do they get involved? Guys can just stay tuned on the Facebook page. There will be more information where you can reach out. You can get the Green Soul Academy. You can search them on all the platforms. They're on WhatsApp, they're on Facebook,
LinkedIn. We are on TikTok.
Yeah, they're on TikTok. You will see Vuyo doing his thing there. Vuyo doing his dance there. So guys, you can tune in right there also. Thank you guys for tuning in here on Radio Eastriver, the leading internet station in the mother city.
Thank you.
Radio Eastriver. Radio Eastriver. Radio Eastriver. Radio Eastriver.
The best variety of music on your favorite radio station.
Radio Eastriver.